Welcome back to Jason Marsden's birthday special, everybody, with another game on the Xbox 360, which will be Jeopardy. Let's see how it goes.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player one. Player two. Player three. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories: geography,
Oh, goody.
death,
Quotation marks.
be fruitful and multiply,
Shouldn't be too tough.
the masters of golf,
Really big.
literary geography,
Other geography category.
and USA Today's memorable quote makers.
Interesting.
Player one, make a selection, please. Multiply 5 times 5 times 5 to get this.
What is 125?
Let's hear it, player one. Right you are. Player
It's
one. 3 times 4 times 5 times 6.
What's 360?
Okay, player one. Yes. It's negative 10 times 6 times negative 9.
What's 540?
Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Player 17 times 2 times 6 equals this. Yes, player one.
What is 204?
Yeah, good. You 33 times 33 equals this.
What
Player
is
one.
1089?
That's it. Player one, back to you for our next bubonic plague's more descriptive name.
What is the Black Death?
Yes, player one. You got it. The 7 words that complete the speech Patrick Henry gave on March 23rd, 1775.
What are give me liberty and give me death?
Player
Give
one.
me liberty or give me death.
That's right. Way to go. Player HBO one. Comedy starring Jason Schwartzman and Zach Galifianakis. Let's hear it, player one.
What is bored to or what is till or it's not death becomes her. I'll just say what is till death.
Nope. Any other takers? Here's the response we were looking for. Bored to death.
Yeah, I wanted to say that, but I didn't think that was right.
Please. Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur's rap music record label. Player one.
What is Death Row?
You got it. It's the title of a famous 1793 painting by Jacques-Louis David. Yes, player one.
What is Death of Robespierre?
No, that's not right. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. The death of Marat.
Oh, okay.
You get to pick. Cities in this large South American country include Mendoza, Rosario, and Mar del Plata.
What is Argentina?
Okay, player one. That's right. Way to go. The Mabinogion is an important collection of myths and tales from this UK country.
What is Scotland?
It's player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about Wales.
Wales. All right.
Player one. A castle built by crusaders dominates the port of Kyrenia on this island nation near Lebanon.
What is Cyprus?
Yes, player one. Correct. Oil up with some serious sunscreen as you trek to Alice Springs, the center of this nation's vast red center.
What is...
Player one?
No. What is Australia?
Yeah, good. It's the only African country with port cities on both the Red Sea and the Mediterranean.
What is Egypt?
It's player one. Yeah! Right you are. Please pick again, player one. In chapter 8 of this novel, Atlanta is very exhilarating and temporarily even better than Tara.
What is Gone?
Let's hear it, player one. Yes. In the preface to the Moonstone, Vishnu commands 3 Brahmins in this country to guard the title gem night and day.
What is India?
It's player one. Right. In Pride and Prejudice, Mrs. Bennet says, the country is a vast deal pleasanter than this city.
What is London?
Player one?
Yeah!
Here's Sarah with the clue.
Hemingway's vivid description of Pamplona's San Fermin Festival in this 1926 novel helped make the running of the bulls a world-famous event.
Yes, player one?
What is a fair... No, it's not Pharaoh's arms. Not for whom the bell tolls. Just give me one of the sun also rises.
Good. Answer? The Daily Double. You are... And the Daily Double clue. It's the first river mentioned in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
What is the Hudson River?
Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. You get to... In 2005, he was 7 strokes down after round 1, but a miraculous 30-foot chip on 16 helped him win a 4th green jacket.
Who's Tiger Woods?
Okay, player one.
Yeah!
Yes. Player
In
1964, he led an army on his way to his 4th and final Masters win.
Who is Arnold Palmer?
Okay, player one. Good. Bear with us. The first of his record 6 Masters wins came in 1963, and the last in 1986.
Who is Jack Nicklaus?
Okay, player one. Correct. In 2004, this golfer, known as Lefty, jumped for joy on 18 and showed off his vertical leap ability. About 2 inches. Player one.
Who is, Angel Cabrera?
No. Anyone else? The correct response is Phil Mickelson.
Oh, okay.
Please, both the course and the tournament were created by this 1920s icon, the only single-season winner of golf's Grand Slam. Yes, player one?
Who
Good for you.
Yeah! Woo!
Player 1, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Player 1?
Who is George H.W. Bush?
Nope. Sorry. Anyone else? Yes, player 2. That's correct. Player 2, you start. It takes a village to raise a child. It's player 1.
Who is Jesse Jackson?
No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player 2. That's correct. Player 2, back to you. People, I just want to say, can we all get along? It's player 1.
Who is Rodney King?
That's correct. Player
Keep
1.
hope alive.
It's player 1.
Bill Clinton.
No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 3? Nope. Any other takers? Player 2. Right. And now the $1,000 clue. How do we know when irrational exuberance has unduly escalated asset values? Player 1?
Who is Alan Greenspan?
Right. Player 3 is in third place and will select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. Books of the month. Science adjectives. The Vatican. What the H? Note the quotation marks. Sitcom supporting characters. And what doesn't belong? Where do we begin, player 3? Woodwinds, French horn, bassoon, oboe.
What is French horn?
Yes, player 1? Good. Player 1? Balkan countries. Albania, Latvia, Croatia.
What is Latvia?
Let's hear it, player 1. Right. U.S. Veeps. Charles Curtis, Charles Wellman, Charles Dawes. Player 1?
Who is Charles Dawes?
No. Anyone else? It's player 3. You are correct. And you're back into some money. Player 3, where do we start? The Bible. Moabites, Luddites, Ephraimites. Player 1?
What are Luddites? We're Luddites.
Good.
Yeah! Woo!
Player British 1? Prime Ministers. Palmerston, Chambers, Gladstone.
Who is Palmerston?
Okay, player 1? No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. Chambers.
Okay.
Player 1, backed by James Patterson and Maxine Petro. 4th of blank.
What is July?
Okay, player 1. You by the New York Times, 4 days in blank. The original coverage of the John F. Kennedy assassination. Player 1.
What is November?
That's correct. By Barbara Tuchman. The Guns of Blank. It's player one.
What is January?
That's not it. Any other takers? It's player two. That's correct. Player two, you start us off. From Anais Nin's diaries, Henry and Blank.
What is June?
Player one? Correct. Player by one? Homer Hickam. Rocket Boys, also published as Blank Sky.
What is October?
Yes, player one? Good for you. Player one, back to you. Because they're most active after dark, opossums are described as this, Latin for of the night.
What are nocturnal?
Let's hear it, player one. Right.
Yeah! Woo!
Player one, which floats on water because of little air pockets, is described as this, from the Greek for passage.
What is buoyant? Buoyant.
It's player one. Nope. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. Porous.
Oh, okay.
Player one.
Yeah!
Answer. The first of the two daily doubles. You are in first. Here is your clue. This 10-letter adjective describes a medical condition that was present at birth.
What is congenital?
Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Player one. Let's take it over to Kelly.
Hydrogen and oxygen atoms bind tightly together to create water molecules by sharing electrons in this type of bond, from the Latin for strong together.
What is covalent?
Let's hear it, player one.
Yeah!
Player sarcasm aside, this word from the Greek for burning describes a substance that causes corrosion. It's player one.
What is harsh?
Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we wanted. Caustic. You again, player one. Rock me, Ann B. Davis. Ms. D played housekeeper Alice Nelson on this sitcom from 1969 to 1974.
What is the Brady Bunch?
Let's hear it, player one. Good for you.
Yeah! Woo!
Player on this sitcom, Oscar Nunez is Oscar, Creed Bratton is Creed, Angela Kinsey is Angela, and Rainn Wilson is Dwight.
What is The Office?
Yes, player one? Good. Player this one? Sitcom's Niles. I have a session with my multiple personality.
What is Frasier?
Player one? You are correct. One of the many supporting folks on this animated show, student Ralph Wiggum, said, "Me fail English? That's unpossible."
What is The Simpsons?
Player one? Yes. Player Randy, one? Crabman, and Willie, the one-eyed mailman, supported this NBC show. Okay, player one?
What is My Name is Earl?
Correct. Select again. Crispin of Viterbo was the first one of these created by John Paul II. Okay, player one?
What is a saint?
Good for you. Player one, you may not use cell phones or felt-tip pens when researching in the secret these. It's player one.
What are the archives?
Yes. The four papal these churches include St. Peter's and St. John Lateran.
What are basilicas?
Yes, player one? Yeah, good. Player one, the Inventario Manoscritti room is part of this Vatican building. Yes, player one?
What is the library?
That's correct.
Yeah! Woo!
You answer. The other daily double. And you're in the lead now. Okay, here is the clue. The faithful can make offerings via cash or credit card to the fund called This Man's Pence.
Who is either Peter or Paul? It's not John. Who's Peter? I don't know.
That puts you even further ahead. Player one. On January 10th, 2010, this island republic was struck by a devastating earthquake.
What is Haiti?
Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Player it's one. The HT in HTTP and HTML. Yes, player one.
What is hypertext?
Nice. Player Olympic one. Event won twice by Jackie Joyner Kersey.
What's a heptathlon?
Let's hear it, player one. Good for you. In the 18th century BC, he wrote down his famous list of do's and don'ts. Yes, player one?
Who is 8th century BC? Who is Hammurabi?
Right. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? Used in marching bands, it's a large bass tuba that encircles the player's body. Player one?
What is a pelican?
You got it. Looks like you'll all be moving on to Final Jeopardy after this break. Here's the Final Jeopardy category. Organizations. So, what's your wager? Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. In 2003, Allied Command Europe and Allied Command Atlantic, parts of this organization, merged. What did you put as your response? And that will set you back. Let's see your response. And that will set you back. Did you come up with the correct response? With that correct response, you will gain.
See you all for another game.
Player one, congratulations to you. Thanks for playing, everybody. See you next time.